What is going on, guys? Socks here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Now, if I come at some of you guys, it's not personal, okay? It's just an outlook on Adam Aron, the CEO, and people's opinions. It's just an outlook, okay? We have a lot of stuff to go over in today's video with AMC, so make sure to watch until the end of the video so you don't have to watch another update video here on YouTube. I'm sure you've all seen the price action. I'm sure you all know that the reverse split went through, so I'm not going to go over the basics. I'm going to go over some stuff that we have to cover. I'm not going to waste anybody's time. We have a lot of stuff. I'm going to try to get through it as fast as possible. All I ask in return is for you guys to please hit the like button. It helps me out. It helps get this video out to more apes like you guys, and you guys have been going crazy on the videos lately. So make sure to hit the subscribe button and have post notifications on. Without further ado, let's get into it. Shorts have to pay this dividend, you know. They have to buy one AMC share and deliver it for every 7.5 that we own. People who sell today don't get those shares, which I don't think anybody's selling. You can tell by the on-balance volume. Now pay attention to this article. AMC will be able to pay off its $4.4 billion in debt by issuing shares as long as the price remains above $9 following the reverse split. AMC shares fall 35% to $3.43. Okay, this was an article that was published. Now pay attention that they state if AMC shares stays above $9, they will be able to pay off all of their debt. Now I like Crystal Ball a lot. I use some of his information for my videos. I use some of his theories for my videos. Please, if Crystal Ball, you're watching this, nothing against you. He tweets, a CEO's main job is to raise money and ensure survival and profitability of the business, not to force a squeeze for lazy, impatient people. If you support the business, you increase the chance of squeezing shorts. Are you with us or against us? Okay, seriously, not to you, but in general, it almost looks embarrassing. It really does, because these people are lathering up this guy, this entity, and hoping he's going to do something just because he says he's going to do it, and has still yet to do it. Listen, I'm not worried about my portfolio deteriorating. It looks bad. It looks really bad. I'm holding a lot of AMC. It's my largest position that I hold, and it looks really bad. Okay, I'm not worried about the numbers right now, but don't you see the problem here? Take a look, okay? The reverse split tomorrow on the 24th, and then AMC and the conversion on the 25th. Plus, not a single halt on the downside on this 30% drop today on AMC, or the 20% drop today on APE. Tell me, the CEO's main job is to raise money and ensure survival. Why didn't he issue shares? The question is still on the table on APE when it was at $11. Why the fuck not? Okay, forget about that. Forget about it, right? The article, why is there a day in between AMC and the conversion when it was supposed to go through same exact day, same exact time frame? Why agree on this? Right? Why agree on this? AMC opened extremely high today and is down over 30%. They are racing for that $9 mark. They are racing for it. And even if they get close and not quite to that $9 level, AMC can't dilute as much as AMC wants to dilute. Why would there be that day between? It just aggravates me. Why would Adam Aron make that day between? And now just to show you that shorts are racing for this to push it down into the floor. And the reason they're not going to have enough time to raise capital, even if they get to a little bit above $9, is because they don't want to become a penny stock. AMC doesn't want to become a penny stock and get delisted from the exchanges that it's on, okay? That's just number one. But the reason is, take a look at the short exempts. There's no shares available to borrow. It's on the threshold of the securities list for 44 days now. And the short exempts exceed 11 million in only 3 days. And AMC doesn't trade that much volume. 2.35 million, 3.52 million, and 6.39 million on August 23rd. They're beating this thing down, and they're trying to get it as low as possible. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, there's one thing that we're going to get into where, okay, this thing is probably toast, at least for the short, medium term, not going to squeeze. However, we are still hanging on by a thread. I'm not saying we're not going to squeeze. I still hold all my shares. Still bought more. Okay, still bought more yesterday. I didn't buy any more today, but I just want to let you know I still think we are going to squeeze. However, the fine line is getting thinner and thinner for a squeeze. Now, pay attention to these short exempts because it's going to come in handy when we talk a little bit later on in the video as to what is going to potentially kill it. Now, 0 shares available to borrow is being reported. Stock Tracker is reporting 735,720 calls expiring in the money, with 0 puts expiring in the money. Now, the only thing I can think about with this is that their option chain isn't quite adjusted yet since it reverse split, so the stock is technically up 600%, but in reality, it's down 30. So that's the only thing I could think of. However, if that was the case, if that was true, shorts would not be able to deal with that gamma ramp. Absolutely not. Now, a quick touch on Ortex before we get into some important stuff. 27.53% short interest on AMC. Utilization is back to maxed out, okay? The float decreased and utilization is back to maxed out. All shares on loan or that can be on loan are lent out. So how the price is down 30% on the day, you're probably going to see short exempts exceed 8 million or so, or something absolutely nuts, or maybe even 7 million again since the float is so small. Cost of borrow not being reported over on Ortex, and the cost of borrow for APE sitting at 12.79% for an average and 14.38 for a max, which is one of the highest we've seen on APE. Short interest at 8.2%, utilization at 81%. Now, Charles Payne tweeted this at Adam Aaron. I'm getting lots of requests to say and explain things on AMC when I'm just as frustrated and angry as everyone else. I have reached out repeatedly for Adam Aaron to come on in recent weeks, sensing and seeing ugly/questionable things happening. Investors need answers. Meanwhile, AMC Entertainment was upgraded to neutral from underperform at Wedbush with a target of $19. Very interesting. Wedbush upgraded their price target. Great. Neutral. It doesn't mean shit. However, the tweet that does mean something is Charles Payne actually coming out and stating the obvious, saying, listen, we would just like some answers from Adam Aaron. We would just like some answers. And if you guys feel too much that, you know, you're so patient that you don't need answers from Adam Aaron, which is fine. I'm going to be patient as well. But you have to realize you saved his ass, you saved his company, and your portfolio looks the way it does. You have to keep that in account, because it is every man for themselves when it comes down to it. Now, threshold securities list, 44 days. All of the data is higher than it was back in June of 2021 when we ripped to $70, which the chart is going to look different. We're about to get into the charts, but real quick, if AMC comes off that threshold securities list, that's when you know the robbery has been completed. I'm sure you've seen all over YouTube, right? Lou has talked about the cleanup operation with the reverse split. It's finally starting. And honestly, I kind of agree with this tweet to a degree. If AMC gets off the threshold securities list, that's how you know the robbery has been completed. If AMC gets off of the list, we see no price action. It's going to be very harsh silence. You're going to feel very, very silent and defeated inside, because no price action correlated to this 44-day pressure, correlated to this 20% drop, to a 20% drop, to a 10% drop, to a 30% drop in your portfolio is absolutely horrible. Now, to jump into the charts, because we do still have a lot of stuff to go over, sad to say, as many of you guys know, keeping up with my channel, keeping up with my videos, we had a lot of drawings on AMC. And now that it reverse split, the chart switched up, I had to delete all of my drawings, all of the cycles, every single thing that I had drawn out for AMC. But honestly, it gave me a step back to look at it from a very, very, very basic standpoint, which I guess was kind of bad, kind of good in a way. Now we have these moves in AMC. Whether they're up or down, these are volatile moves in the white boxes that I have outlined. Now these are each and every single one 85 to 90 days apart. No more, no less. And I have the next two mapped out right here. October 24th, the start of one, as well as February 7th. Now, of course, this could all change with a catalyst like the conversion coming through and whatever else happens. But again, that thread is getting thinner and thinner and thinner, because it used to be, oh, maybe shorts will cover into the reverse split because they're worried about something, or maybe the reverse split will force them to cover, and neither of them have happened so far. And the only other hopes that we had was, oh, maybe APE converting into AMC will force them to cover, and we'll see what happens there, or maybe the dilution will force them to cover. We'll see what happens there. Either way, if Adam Aaron wants to dilute, he's got to do it now before $9. He's got to do it now before $9. Now, another thing is, taking a look at AMC, the new very, very bottom that this stock has ever hit, based off of the chart now, is $10.34. So watch that level. Watch that level for a bounce. Watch it come down to that level potentially. We're trading at $13.62, down 30.51% on the day. You guys let me know in the comments down below if you're buying more AMC, if you're buying more GameStop, if you're loading up on calls. At this point, it's scary. It's very, very scary. We may see one more red day, one more very, very, very red day on Friday, which would be easy to place some puts on. Sadly, I don't have any dry powder left to do so. Otherwise, I would have liked to make money on this. Overall, watch that level. Watch for a spring. The volume has increased over this little time period of confusion, of volatility, of people looking at AMC stock and wondering what's happening. So a volume increase is good. Most of it's green volume. A lot of it is red volume. But again, you know that red volume is manipulated. You can see by the short exempts. Now, if AMC doesn't come off the threshold securities list, you got to keep in mind these short exempts all the way from the 14th when there was 3.7 million. These have a T plus 35 date on them. Okay. You got about a month and 5 days from the 14th. So September 20th or so, those shares have to start being located. But not only those, the major amounts of FTDs, the 44 days of FTDs on the threshold securities list that they have not returned. Ape trading at $1.33, down 23.41% on the day. This is a cycle that's flipped and it looks like it's tracking to it. This is something you could see with Ape if the conversion wasn't going through. Of course, it's happening a lot faster than we anticipated. However, this is what you'd be looking at, coming back down, retesting that low at 67 cents. There's not much to say here. It's going to convert to AMC. However, the sell volume on Ape is scary. You guys let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below. We do have a few more things to go over. As for basic news, before we get into the SPY, and important news that has to do with banks as well. GameStop, real quick, trading at $16.30, down 3.5% on the day. And this thing is just bleeding with AMC, but it's not getting to the degree of the sell-off as AMC. For the levels for GameStop, I'm watching this relative low at $15.65. Okay, watch that level. Not much support at $14. But ultimately watch $10.50. Those are the levels on GameStop. I think this is just an extra sell-off. It's honestly a dip opportunity, and it's kind of correlated with the SPY, but not really. We're going to talk about it. But before we get into additional news with banks, with lawsuits, and then the S&P 500, guys, make sure to pop in the Discord if you're not in the Discord already. It's $1.99 a month. The education and stock plays you get out of it is well worth it. You won't even notice it come out. Everyone talks stocks in there all day long, and it's the best vibes. Whether you're a beginner or advanced trader, this is the place to be. Really is. I post my trades as soon as I take them. We have options trading alerts in there, and we talk stocks all day long, post gains, post losses. So get in the Discord. The link is right under the video and pinned in the top of the description. Also, guys, if you want up to 15 free stocks, each valued up to $2,000 per stock, I'm going to leave my link in the comments and in the description down below. Download Moomoo, sign up, and make a deposit. It takes literally 2 minutes, maybe a minute and a half. Once you sign up and deposit even a penny, you are going to start earning benefits from there. Plus, it's just a way to help out my channel. It helps me out. It helps me with my partnership out to Moomoo, and it helps me continue to create good content for you guys. So make sure to go do that. Sign up, deposit a penny, deposit $1, start earning free stocks all the way up to a free Tesla or a Google stock. Now, Nvidia beat earnings, and then they also approved an additional $25 billion share buyback. I posted a video on Nvidia. You would have made money if you watched the video. Let me know if you did watch it and make money off Nvidia. Plus, speaking of buybacks, TD Bank announces a new $8 billion buyback worth of stock on the top of the $3 billion buyback confirmed last month. So over the past month and a half, TD Bank has bought back $11 billion worth of stock, yet they did miss a little bit on their earnings, I believe. And finally, CCPs, real quick, are essentially firewalls preventing major losses from spreading in other financial institutions. And today, the CPMI released a report expressing the urgent need for adequate central counterparty CCP resources due to an uptick in non-default losses. Goldman Sachs Group, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan Chase & Co., and UBS AG have reached an agreement to pay nearly $500 million to settle an antitrust class action lawsuit filed by U.S. pension funds. The lawsuit pertains to the bank's influence over the stock loan market, which is used for purposes like hedging and short selling. Isn't this very, very interesting? Goldman Sachs, somebody who's spoofing AMC, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, UBS, they're settling with $500 million by a class action filed by U.S. pension funds. But what happens to the manipulation that they cause and the people who lost money, right? Keep in mind, the lawsuit pertains to their influence over the stock and loan market, used for hedging and short selling specifically. Finally, to close out the video, the S&P 500 trading at 440.69, down 0.53% on the day. It broke out of this trend line, came back down, and is basing on top of it. However, let me bring the drawings away for you. Look at this very, very scary head and shoulders that the S&P 500 is forming. You have a shoulder, massive head, and you're getting the peak of that shoulder. The SPY could be due for a very, very harsh sell-off. And what's even scarier about that is we're at the top of the other shoulder, and Powell speaks tomorrow. Be very, very careful with the S&P 500. I'm not saying anything. However, nasty head and shoulders, a gap fill down to 423. It could get scary, especially with Powell speaking. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching or found value out of the video. Make sure to like the video on your way out, share the video, drop a comment down below, use my links, get in Discord, download Moomoo, sign up and make a deposit. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the content. I love you all. Lottery Socks out.